Hey guys, it's Steve. So today I'm going to be featuring some of the Frontier Meats ground bison, and we're going to be making a bacon wrapped bison meatloaf. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the great thing about meatloaf is that you really can add whatever kind of veggies you want to it, really just whatever you've got in the fridge. And what I like to do is I just take some onion, I just kind of chop those up, and also some celery. I'm just using a couple stalks here, and then I've got 2 large garlic cloves, and then I also like to add some carrots as well. And all we're going to do is just pulse this here a little bit and get this all nice and blended together. Alright, and that'll do it right there. That's all we're looking for. Let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So see, that's nice and blended together. Okay, now that we've got our veggies blended, we're going to continue building out our meatloaf. What I've got here is a package of the 1 pound Frontier Meats ground bison, and these are available in 1 pound packages or 5 pounds, and they ship them directly to your front door in styrofoam coolers with dry ice. Now, if you've never had bison before, it's incredibly tender. It's lower in saturated fat than regular cow beef, and the flavor profile of bison is amazing. You can use it for all different types of things. Bison burgers are just one of my favorite burgers. The meat's just buttery smooth. So I'm really looking forward to trying this out in our meatloaf today. Alright, I'll have all the ingredients on the screen for you right now, but all we're going to do is you want to take a large mixing bowl. I've got 2 pounds of the ground bison. Just going to toss that in there. Now, most people like to use breadcrumbs or panko crumbs or make their own from blending up some croutons, things like that. My wife actually has a gluten intolerance, and so what we're going to be doing is just using some oats. And then we'll go ahead and put our veggies in here too. Got some well-beaten eggs and a ½ cup of whole milk. And then we've got some herbs and spices here. So I chopped up a 1/3 cup of some fresh parsley. I've got some salt and pepper, some basil, a little cayenne, and then a little bit of ground thyme. Now you want to make sure your hands are super clean for this part, because all we're going to do is get in here and just use our hands and mix this up well till it's all nice and incorporated. Okay, so what I've done now is I like to cook my meatloafs on a broiler pan just so the fat and grease can drip down below. And I just, since bison is so much leaner, you really need to kind of work with it and get it nice and formed up here into a nice loaf. And then what I'm going to do is just take some bacon and wrap it and kind of tuck it in. And we're just going to do that all the way down. One last piece here. Actually, you know what? Got one more piece here, right on the end. And again, what I do is I just try to tuck it up underneath. That helps hold the loaf in place. Woo, man, look at that. That looks absolutely gorgeous. All right, this thing is ready for the smoker. Alright, we've got our REC TEC pellet grill preheated to 250. The idea here is to cook this meatloaf low and slow until an internal temp of 160. So we're just going to go ahead and get this on. And then I'm just going to take a meat probe and slide it right in the middle, just like that. And we'll be back later. Alright, now that we've got our meatloaf on the smoker, we're going to go ahead and whip up our glaze. that we'll put on later on about an hour before the meatloaf's done. I'll have the ingredients up on the screen. So we've just got some ketchup here, some apple cider vinegar, some brown sugar, and just a little bit of nutmeg. I like to use the apple cider vinegar just to give it a nice little bite. And we're just going to blend this up. Alright, and that's it. And we're just going to stick this in the fridge until it's time to glaze our meatloaf. Alright guys, it has been about an hour and a half and our internal temp is 135. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing glazed up. It's looking awesome. Alright, that looks amazing. So we're going to go ahead and get the lid shut and let this keep going. Alright guys, it has been 2.5 hours and our internal temp just hit 160. So go ahead and take a look. Man, gosh, gorgeous looking meatloaf here. So we're going to go ahead and pull this, let it rest for about 10-15 minutes, and we'll pick back up in the kitchen. Alright guys, so our meatloaf has rested about 10 minutes. I went ahead and cut a couple pieces off here. This just looks absolutely amazing. I mean, the bacon, the glaze, just the consistency of this, it pretty much just came out perfect. Let's go ahead and try a little bite here. Check that out. Woo! Gosh, that is so good. I'm gonna have to do another one right here. Go ahead and eat one more. Little tasty bite. Check that out. Guys, if you haven't had bison before, it hands down has more flavor than just your typical cow beef. I mean, it is buttery smooth, leaner, just so much flavor to it. And this is, you know, the way we built this meatloaf out, this has got to be one of the best meatloafs I've ever had in my life. So check out Frontier Meats. They're over at frontiermeats.com. Again, you can get the ground bison in 1 or 5 pound packs. Amazing flavor profile on this. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you again soon.